Hey there, history hunters and treasure seekers. Today, we're diving into a world where a single coin can hold the secrets of the past, the thrill of discovery, and the possibility of unimaginable wealth, all hidden in the palm of your hand. Stick around, because what you're about to see isn't just a penny. It's a piece of American legacy, a story of leadership, struggle, and triumph. And yes, it could even change the way you look at money forever. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on this journey, because the adventure starts now, and you don't want to miss a single moment. Let's get started. First up in the 1986, D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin is one of those everyday coins that quietly carry an extraordinary story within their copper-colored surface. At first glance, it may appear to be an ordinary American penny, but to collectors and history enthusiasts, it represents a fascinating chapter in modern coinage. This coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, whose image has appeared on the 1-cent coin since 1909 to commemorate the centennial of his birth. The year 1986 belongs to the later era of Lincoln Memorial pennies, a time when the design had already become one of the most recognizable coin designs in the world. For collectors, each date and mint mark tells a slightly different story, and the 1986 D penny is particularly interesting because it reflects the massive production scale of the American minting system during the 1980s, while still offering rare collectible varieties that can surprise collectors with unexpected value. The obverse of the 1986 D Lincoln penny features the familiar right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials VB became famous among coin collectors. Above Lincoln's head appears the word Liberty, while the phrase "In God We Trust" arches along the top rim of the coin. The year 1986 sits just to the right of Lincoln's chest, and beneath it you will notice the small but significant D mint mark, indicating that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint. That tiny letter may look insignificant, yet it plays a crucial role in the world of coin collecting because mint marks help determine rarity, historical context, and sometimes the value of the coin itself. The careful details of Lincoln's face, beard, and coat show the artistry that helped make this penny one of the most enduring coin designs in American history. Turning the coin over reveals the classic reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a tribute to the legacy of President Lincoln. This reverse design was introduced in 1959 by the United States Mint to replace the earlier wheat ears design that had appeared on pennies for 50 years. What makes this reverse especially fascinating is that if you look closely between the columns of the memorial, you can actually see a tiny representation of the statue of Abraham Lincoln sitting inside the building. This remarkable level of detail on such a small coin amazed collectors for decades because it meant Lincoln appeared on both sides of the same coin, his portrait on the front and his statue on the reverse. The inscriptions "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent complete the design and emphasize the coin's role in the American monetary system. The year 1986 was part of a period when the composition of US pennies had recently changed. Beginning in 1982, the United States Mint transitioned from mostly copper pennies to coins made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. This change occurred because the rising price of copper made it too expensive to continue producing pennies with the old metal composition. As a result, the 1986 D penny is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, giving it a lighter weight than earlier pennies from the 1960s and 1970s. This shift in metal composition makes the 1986 penny part of an important transition era in modern coinage, and collectors often compare these newer pennies with older solid copper versions to understand the evolution of the coin. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1986 D Lincoln penny is its enormous mintage. The Denver Mint produced more than 4 billion pennies that year, making it one of the most widely circulated coins of its time. Because of this massive production, most examples found in pocket change today are worth only their face value of 1 cent. However, collectors know that even extremely common coins can become valuable if they are preserved in pristine condition or if they contain unusual minting errors. This is where the excitement begins, because the difference between an ordinary circulated coin and a flawless uncirculated specimen can mean the difference between a penny and a coin worth several dollars, or even more. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining the value of a 1986 D. Lincoln penny. Professional grading services evaluate coins using a scale from poor P1 to mint state MS70. While worn examples are extremely common, high-grade coins that still show their original mint luster are much harder to find. A 1986 D penny graded MS 65 or higher can command a premium among collectors because such coins have sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and almost no visible marks. In some exceptional cases, coins graded MS 67 or MS 68 have sold for surprisingly high prices at auctions, demonstrating how even a common penny can become a valuable collectible when preserved in near-perfect condition. Another fascinating element collectors search for in the 1986 D penny is minting errors. During the production process at the Denver Mint, occasional mistakes occurred that resulted in unusual coins. These can include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal blank. Error coins often attract strong interest in the numismatic market because they are unique pieces that reveal the complex machinery and processes behind coin production. Finding an error coin from 1986 D in circulation is rare but not impossible, and such discoveries are exactly what keep collectors checking their pocket change with excitement. Continuing the story of the 1986 D Abraham Lincoln penny, one cannot overlook the role of this coin in the everyday economy. Despite being produced in billions, it remains a central part of daily transactions, quietly moving through the hands of millions of Americans each day. Its durability and lightweight zinc composition allowed it to circulate widely without deteriorating quickly, which is why so many examples from 1986 still appear in circulation today. However, what makes these circulated coins particularly interesting to collectors is that many show the effects of time, abrasion, scratches, and fading, which tell a story of their own. Each mark is like a tiny historical record, offering insight into where the coin has been, what it has purchased, and how it has interacted with the lives of ordinary people. In this sense, the 1986 D penny is more than currency. It is a small artifact of social and economic history, connecting personal stories to a broader national narrative. Another compelling aspect is the subtle variations that can occur even within such a massively minted coin. Minor differences in striking pressure, alignment, and die work can create slight distinctions that are significant to numismatists. For example, some 1986 D pennies may exhibit a faint doubling of the date or letters in Liberty, or In God We Trust, known as a double die, which can make that particular coin much more valuable. Similarly, minor variations in the color of the coin's surface, ranging from bright copper red to a dull brown, can affect its desirability. Collectors often seek these variations obsessively, understanding that even within the billions of pennies produced, these small differences can elevate an otherwise ordinary coin into something rare and sought after. This subtle complexity adds a layer of intrigue that makes the 1986 D penny much more than just a simple 1-cent piece. The 1986 D Lincoln penny also represents a transitional period in US coinage, not only in terms of metal composition, but also in technology. By the 1980s, the United States Mint had largely automated many of its processes, using high-speed presses and precision machinery to strike coins with incredible uniformity. Yet, even with these advances, human oversight was still essential, and occasional anomalies slipped through the quality control process. This juxtaposition of mass production and rare imperfection is what fascinates collectors. A coin that is produced in the billions may still contain hidden treasures if one knows where to look. In a way, the 1986 D penny embodies the tension between standardization and uniqueness, demonstrating that even in modern manufacturing, chance and human factors leave their imprint on every coin. In the end, the 1986 D Abraham Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how ordinary coins can hide extraordinary stories. From its historical design and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln to its production at the famous Denver Mint and the detailed image of the Lincoln Memorial on its reverse, this small copper-colored coin connects everyday life with American history. While most examples remain common and inexpensive, the thrill of finding a high-grade specimen or a rare minting error keeps collectors searching through rolls of pennies and old jars of change. That sense of discovery is what makes the humble Lincoln cent, especially the 1986 D issue, an enduring treasure in the fascinating world of coin collecting. Next up in the 1990 Abraham Lincoln penny, officially known as the United States 1-cent coin, carries with it a remarkable blend of historical legacy and modern minting innovation. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin continues the iconic Lincoln cent series that began in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1990, the Lincoln penny had already become one of the most recognized coins in the world, not just for its monetary value, but for its symbolic resonance with American history. Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, had guided the nation through its most tumultuous period, the Civil War, and abolished slavery, making his image on the penny a constant reminder of courage, integrity, and the enduring spirit of democracy. This coin, though small in size, carries immense significance, bridging over 80 years of American history and artistry into the palm of your hand. On the obverse, or head side, the 1990 Lincoln penny features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by the renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner. Brenner's design, first introduced in 1909, was revolutionary for its time, being the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of symbolic allegories. Lincoln's profile is intricately detailed, capturing the solemnity and strength of the man who led the nation through civil strife. Surrounding Lincoln are the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "The Year 1990," all rendered in precise relief. The careful balance of these elements demonstrates a meticulous attention to design that has allowed the Lincoln cent to remain virtually unchanged for decades. Collectors often praise the sharpness of Lincoln's features, noting how even minor variations in striking can dramatically affect the coin's appeal and value. Paragraph 3. Reverse design and symbolism. The reverse of the 1990 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. This depiction is far more than decorative. It symbolizes national reverence for Lincoln's legacy. The memorial, with its stately columns and detailed frieze, was rendered with astonishing precision for a coin of such small diameter. Inside the memorial, tiny engravings even suggest the seated statue of Lincoln himself, a level of miniature artistry that delights numismatists worldwide. The inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent frame the memorial, while "E Pluribus Unum" reminds us of the founding principles that Lincoln fought to preserve. The reverse design thus serves as a miniature tribute to both Lincoln and the enduring ideals of liberty and unity, making each penny a tiny but profound emblem of American heritage. The 1990 penny is composed primarily of copper, specifically 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that had remained standard since 1962. This alloy gives the coin a warm, reddish-brown hue, though circulation over time often turns it darker with age. Struck with modern minting technology, the 1990 Lincoln cents benefited from advanced dies and presses that ensured uniformity and high relief. Despite being mass-produced, small variations in strike pressure, planchet quality, and die wear mean that no two pennies are ever exactly identical. Collectors often search for these subtle differences, such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or slight anomalies in the Lincoln Memorial's columns, which can make certain examples rare and highly desirable. Understanding the coin's composition and minting process adds another layer of appreciation, showing that even a 1 cent piece is a product of careful engineering and artistry. The 1990 Lincoln penny was minted in enormous quantities, with billions released into everyday circulation across the United States. Despite its ubiquity, it has a unique charm that makes it appealing to collectors, casual enthusiasts, and historians alike. Its presence in pockets, cash registers, and coin rolls across the nation has allowed multiple generations to interact physically with Lincoln's likeness, giving the coin a living history. Moreover, the 1990 penny bridges the pre-digital and digital eras, having been used in transactions when cash was king, long before electronic payments became commonplace. Its daily circulation, combined with its historical weight, creates a fascinating duality. It is both an ordinary object in one sense and an extraordinary artifact in another. Although the 1990 penny is not considered rare in a general sense, there are collectible variants that spark keen interest among numismatists. Examples include proof coins, which were struck with extra care for collectors and feature a mirror-like finish, and uncirculated coins with exceptional mint luster. Errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet imperfections can drastically increase a coin's market value, sometimes commanding hundreds of dollars despite the standard penny's nominal face value. These anomalies turn an everyday coin into a sought-after treasure, demonstrating that even in a widely produced series, uniqueness and scarcity can emerge in surprising ways. The study of these variants also appeals to the meticulous and curious minds of collectors, merging historical interest with detective-like investigation. While a typical circulated 1990 Lincoln penny might be worth just 1 cent, its potential value as a collectible is much more intriguing. Mint condition examples, particularly those graded highly by professional numismatic organizations, can fetch several dollars or more, depending on quality and demand. Coins with unique errors, such as die cracks, doubled dies, or unusually strong strikes, can be worth tens to hundreds of dollars, making them attractive not only to collectors but also to investors. Unlike many modern coins, which are produced primarily for commerce, the Lincoln penny represents a tangible investment in history. Each coin holds the potential to appreciate over time, particularly as older, high-quality specimens gradually disappear from circulation and enter collections, creating scarcity. The 1990 Lincoln penny serves as more than just a monetary instrument. It is a tool for education and cultural reflection. It introduces Americans, particularly children, to Lincoln's enduring legacy, embedding historical knowledge into everyday life. Teachers and parents have long used pennies to illustrate lessons on economics, history, and civic virtue. Beyond the classroom, the coin functions as a miniature monument to national ideals, reinforcing the values of freedom, perseverance, and leadership. Numismatists and casual admirers alike appreciate the way it links them to a pivotal era in U.S. history, bridging a century of cultural and economic changes while maintaining continuity in design and symbolism. In conclusion, the 1990 Abraham Lincoln penny may appear modest in size and monetary value, but it embodies a profound historical, artistic, and cultural legacy. From Brenner's iconic portrait to the intricate Lincoln Memorial, from its copper zinc composition to its circulation across the nation, this small coin offers a remarkable window into the past. Collectors treasure it for its subtle variations, educators value it for its teaching potential, and historians recognize it as a symbol of one of America's most revered leaders. The 1990 penny is a testament to the enduring power of coins to tell stories, preserve memory, and connect generations, reminding us that even the smallest objects can carry the weight of history. The 1990 Lincoln penny is particularly interesting because it reflects subtle nuances in U.S. coin production during that year. While billions of pennies were minted for everyday use, the coins from this period show slight differences depending on the minting location, whether Philadelphia, no mint mark, or Denver, with a D mint mark. Numismatists pay close attention to these small details, such as the sharpness of Lincoln's beard, the depth of the memorial columns, or even tiny variations in the lettering of Liberty. Some pennies exhibit a richer, more pronounced copper luster, while others show faint imperfections from high-speed press operations. These differences, though minor to the untrained eye, are critical in evaluating the overall quality and collectible appeal of a 1990 penny. This makes the year not just another number, but a fascinating snapshot of modern coinage precision and production techniques. One of the most captivating aspects of the 1990 Lincoln penny is the possibility of encountering error coins, anomalies that turn ordinary pennies into rare collector's items. Errors from this year include off-center strikes, die cracks, and doubled dies, where letters or numerals appear doubled due to a misalignment in the die. Some collectors have even found pennies with copper spots, or unusual planchet textures that were never intended by the mint. These errors create an element of excitement and mystery for coin enthusiasts, making every roll of pennies a potential treasure hunt. A well-preserved error from 1990 can sometimes sell for hundreds of dollars, far exceeding its nominal value, and ignites passionate debates and research among collectors trying to classify and authenticate such rarities. Next up in the Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin of 2001, minted at the Denver Mint, commonly referred to as the 2001 D penny, is more than just a small piece of copper-plated zinc. It is a fascinating artifact of American history, numismatics, and presidential commemoration. This coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which began in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. While many may casually recognize Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, this particular 2001 D issue carries with it subtle, yet compelling details that make it a notable addition to any collection. From its precise design elements to its circulation history, This penny represents not only monetary value, but also the enduring legacy of one of America's most revered presidents. The obverse of the 2001 D penny continues the tradition established by Victor David Brenner in 1909, featuring the finely detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Brenner's design was revolutionary at the time because it was the first US coin to feature a president's likeness, a departure from the allegorical figures that had previously adorned coins. Lincoln's solemn expression, the carefully sculpted beard, and the meticulous lettering of "In God We Trust" convey a sense of dignity and permanence. On this 2001 D issue, every line of Lincoln's hair and the contours of his face were struck with advanced minting techniques available at the Denver Mint, making it sharper and more precise than many earlier mid-20th century examples. These subtle design refinements are particularly noticeable to collectors who examine coins under magnification. Flipping to the reverse, the 2001 D penny features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the earlier wheat ears design in 1959. The reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. This design is remarkable for its attention to architectural detail. The tiny depiction of the statue of Lincoln within the memorial is visible even without magnification, a feat of miniature artistry that fascinates numismatists. The coin's reverse also includes the inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent, along with the motto "E pluribus unum," embodying the values and history of the nation in a compact, circular format. From a material standpoint, the 2001 D penny is composed primarily of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating, reflecting a post-1982 shift in US coinage. This transition to a zinc core was largely economic, reducing production costs while still retaining the familiar copper appearance. Interestingly, this combination makes the coin susceptible to a unique set of conditions over time. The thin copper layer can wear away with circulation, exposing the shiny zinc underneath, and in some cases, causing striking errors such as copper-plated zinc splits or laminations. Such variations are highly sought after by collectors because they represent natural anomalies in mass production. The 2001 D penny was minted in extremely high numbers, with billions produced, yet this does not diminish its significance. Its sheer volume makes it an excellent example of circulating coinage at the turn of the millennium, offering historians and collectors insight into everyday American life during the early 2000s. It circulated in pockets, registers, and vending machines, touching countless hands, and each coin carries a silent narrative of the transactions, journeys, and personal stories it passed through. In this way, the 2001 D penny is not just currency. It is a tangible connection to the daily lives of Americans in 2001, a year defined by major historical events, including the dawn of the new millennium and the tragic events of September 11th, which added new layers of meaning to symbols of national unity. Collectors are often drawn to the 2001 D penny for subtle varieties and minting quirks. Because Denver's minting equipment was prone to occasional double die obverse, DDO, errors, some coins from this year exhibit doubling on the inscriptions or Lincoln's profile. Though these errors are rare, when verified and graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, they can elevate a seemingly ordinary coin into a highly collectible item. Similarly, well-preserved uncirculated coins or proof strikes from 2001 D can command significant attention, especially those with perfect luster, sharp rims, and no surface scratches, a testament to the mint's precision and quality control efforts. The 2001 D penny also serves as a lens into numismatic economics. While it is not considered a high-value coin in raw market terms, its role in the broader Lincoln Memorial Cent series gives it historical and sentimental weight. Coins from the early 2000s are increasingly being collected as millennials and Gen Z start building personal coin collections, often seeking coins that connect them to specific years or personal milestones. In this context, the 2001 D penny becomes more than metal. It is a marker of time, a small artifact that represents both American history and the evolution of everyday currency. Examining the coin from a technical perspective, the 2001 D penny is a masterclass in small-scale design, metallurgy, and minting technology. The Denver Mint employed high-speed presses capable of striking over 1,000 coins per minute, producing coins that, while ubiquitous, required exceptional precision to ensure uniformity. The delicate balance between the zinc core and copper plating, along with the pressure applied by the coining dies, had to be perfect to prevent defects such as die cracks, planchet folds, or off-center strikes. Each surviving 2001D penny, therefore, is a testament to industrial engineering and the art of mass production, combining efficiency with artistry in a way that few other objects achieve. Ultimately, the Abraham Lincoln 1-cent 2001D penny is more than just a small coin. It is a bridge between history, artistry, and the everyday life of the American people. Its design honors the legacy of Lincoln, its materials reflect the economic realities of modern minting, and its circulation tells stories of human interaction and societal change. For collectors, historians, and casual enthusiasts alike, this humble coin offers endless fascination. Whether examined under a magnifying glass, stored in a pristine album, or passed from hand to hand as legal tender. It is a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry immense historical, cultural, and personal significance. One fascinating aspect of the 2001D penny is its connection to the legacy of Lincoln's centennial commemorations and the way it reflects evolving American identity. Even though the Lincoln Memorial reverse had been in circulation for decades, by 2001, the coin had become an iconic symbol recognized not only in the United States, but also by coin collectors worldwide. The depiction of the memorial and Lincoln's seated statue conveys values of unity, perseverance, and justice, virtues that Americans found especially resonant at the start of the 21st century. For numismatists, owning a 2001D penny is like holding a miniature monument, a tangible reminder of the ideals that have shaped U.S. history and culture. Another point of interest lies in the coin's mint mark, the small d stamped below the date, which identifies it as originating from the Denver Mint. While this may seem minor, mint marks play a critical role in coin collecting and valuation. Coins from different mints can show slight variations in strike quality, luster, and even the alignment of design elements. For the 2001D penny, subtle differences in strike pressure or die work can create collectible varieties that draw the attention of dedicated collectors. Some enthusiasts spend hours examining coins under magnification, hunting for these minute differences that can distinguish a common circulation penny from one of significant numismatic interest. Finally, the 2001D penny represents a moment in time when coinage itself was undergoing quiet but significant transitions. The post-1982 zinc core composition marked a technological evolution that allowed coins to be produced more efficiently, while still preserving the familiar copper look. In parallel, the early 2000s were a period when digital commerce was beginning to rise, slowly changing the way people interacted with cash. The humble 2001D penny, circulating in wallets, cash registers, and coin jars, became a silent witness to these societal shifts. As collectors examine this coin today, they are not just seeing a small piece of metal. They are looking at a historical artifact that bridges the 20th and 21st centuries, connecting the legacy of Abraham Lincoln with the everyday lives of modern Americans.